you guys. So, we just talked about something, and it's probably going to happen again. Because we just talked about it. Because, again, YouTube's lawyers should be fired. So hopefully it doesn't happen again. But yeah, here we are. Coffee time. I just watched the concurrent sit in here for a full, I don't know, like 30 seconds or so, and it didn't count as a view. And that's the point. Just lying about views. Somebody that works for the legal department or intercepts the things that go to the legal department at YouTube is literally every single day affecting trending and causing problems for content creators that they do not like. And when you talk about this, it causes more of a problem for you. When YouTube has policies against very dangerous things, and we can see evidence of them not doing anything about this for years and years and years until somebody either gets hurt or some law is broken of some kind or something like that, then YouTube does something about it. And I talk about whatever the hell I want. It has nothing to do. Again, you know, the point was we've been talking about this for years, so why wouldn't this affect the trending? eventually and essentially, since this is what we've been talking about for years, why is it that this is not something that affects the trending then? Because again, as soon as we talk about this, somebody has programmed YouTube to affect it negatively. So, I don't know how many fucking times I gotta tell you this stuff, and I gotta sit here in front of you on a stream, and literally just tell you what's going on with the channel, and what's going on with the entire platform. But again, we have a lot of people that intercept these messages that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're literally just being paid to do a job where they answer emails. They have no idea what the hell they're talking about. They literally have no fucking clue. They have no clue. No clue. And so this is the point, is it goes to somebody at YouTube, and YouTube's doing this. So like again, you get somebody from Google that has no clue anything they're talking about or anything about this or anything like that, and then they just end up submitting it to YouTube or whatever the fuck team it's submitted to. That team is constantly harming me and my channel. Anytime they hear about this again, it affects negative trending. And again, this is the point. We want to have a positive channel. So as soon as we get back to positivity and we just start streaming again, they don't do anything until we start talking about this. And then like we get loud and then they do something for like a little bit, and it just goes back to the way it was. So this is my point. Why is there a cancel rhythm? Why is it that YouTube creates a scenario where when you report something, they're too fucking stupid to do anything about it, so then you have to talk about it. Yet if you talk about it, this happens. So the cycle repeats itself. How dumb do you have to be to figure this out? To figure out that this is actually happening to people, and that this is how everybody gets cancer. It's not people doing it. It's YouTube deciding it. And then everybody just falls in line like sheep. This is what's happening. And, that's the point, is like somebody finds out what's happening. We try to have like normal positive vibes or something like that, go back to normal. I'm just sitting here playing piano for 20 fucking minutes. We see several concurrents in here, capped at 1. So basically the algorithm's trying to gather it, I have several musicians that I'm subscribed to that I watch. Several that I see in my swipe feed. So why the fucking hell, me doing this, playing piano, silently sitting here, calmly with fucking coffee, doesn't get my fucking stream to trend? You're dumb if you don't understand that that's supposed to trend. You're fucking stupid if you don't understand that's supposed to trend. And this is the fucking point. This is the point. This is what YouTube does. Somebody at legal is all upset that I'm talking about the fact that they are intentionally nosediving channels that give YouTube a problem because they don't fucking fix anything. And these actual problems happen that I could literally sue YouTube for. So what they do is they just go and they fuck around to try to make it look like it's not happening. Oh, we didn't know. You know how many fucking years I've been sending fucking reports to YouTube? Years. You're literally stupid if you think that this is actually how trending functions. You're not smart. And then people ask me, why don't you use hashtags in your title? Okay, so I started using hashtags in my title. This is the point. Every time I start doing something where it works and tricks it to work, they just start going, oh, okay, so we'll just make sure that we delete hashtags for him, and that doesn't work for him. It's every single goddamn time I have something that trends, they take that, they literally program it not to fucking work. It's so goddamn obvious. Why the fuck do you think the YouTube app can't stream horizontally? The YouTube app doesn't just randomly stop being able to stream horizontally, you fucking morons. Why are you ignoring that in the email I sent you? Why are you conveniently ignoring all these things where I literally tell you about it in the email? Let's just choose that sentence not to talk about or fix or... Are you fucking stupid? Yes, probably. Because this is the point. You literally sit here and intentionally don't fix these things. One concurrent. You're trying to say there's one concurrent when I can clearly see there's two. They block it on so many devices. Like there's like a fucking block. There's a restriction. It's fucking ridiculous. Well, why the hell do I have to sit here for the countless hours that I've had that goddamn control room on the fucking stream for them to see what happens? And they're so stupid that they can't even fucking look at it even a single time to know that there's fraud going on at YouTube, to know that their legal team is basically just sitting here and canceling people like a bunch of fucking douchebags. That's what they're doing. Unbelievable. And like just like all these other people that tell me, you know, I'll be honest with you. It's so obvious to tell what's happening when my app breaks, and then I'm in literally in a stream with a streamer that I network with 365. We were, you know, like we talk to each other, you know, stuff like that, you know. And I'm just in his chat getting advice. He's trying to tell me about the, you know, another app that works just fine for streaming and stuff like that. And literally YouTube brings up an end stream fucking thing twice in a row and convinces me the stream has ended conveniently right at the time he's telling me about another app that can do this thing very easily that YouTube fucking broke about their app that I haven't been able to use for goddamn months. Yeah, and conveniently they bring up the end stream thing fucking twice, and his stream didn't end twice. I had to send him 2 different screenshots to show him that it started counting down and convinced me the stream had ended, conveniently right when he had fucking told me about this other app that you could easily use. So why the fuck is somebody at YouTube following me around the goddamn internet? You're going to jail, you piece of shit. Jesus fucking Christ, YouTube. You got a serious harassment stalking situation going on. And then meanwhile, you have a content creator actually stalking my entire family. You claim to have policies against this, and he's just posting it all over his channel, and YouTube still hasn't removed the channel. And he just doxes my address in chat every second, any chance he gets that chat is open. Like literally the second it's open. That's proving he's a stalker. And you haven't removed his channel? You claim to have policies for this? This is illegal. I call the police. They go, YouTube's not doing anything? What the fuck is wrong with you? You got some serious fucking problems. And these people, these disgusting lawyers that work for you are slimy pieces of shit. actually try to convince me that we're in a feed where people are swiping. And there should just be regular traffic in here. You're actually going to try to convince me of that. Especially when it's just, like, coffee time. I'm just sitting here again, playing a piano. You're full of shit. YouTube, you're literally just full of fucking shit. And these dumb people that sit here and answer my messages don't know anything. They literally don't know fucking anything. Like, the fact that you're gonna sit there and actually look at a channel, like, actually doing illegal things every day, this is somehow doesn't make YouTube look bad, and again, the police are very concerned, like, confused why YouTube's just not doing anything. Like again, YouTube's supposed to do something, not the police. They're supposed to do something before something bad happens with that information. Because then if the police have to do something, it's too late. Something happened. Like, I shouldn't have to explain this. If you're wondering if I just, like, make things up, yes. I'm not really, like, typically when I'm sitting here and I'm just, like, playing, and it sounds like a tune, maybe something sounds familiar or something. No, I'm just making that up. I should have wrote music my whole life. I should have been doing this my whole life. You know, like, I can be one of those people that writes a tune that sounds familiar and it's not something you've heard before. Which is how you get a hook. That's called a hook, and it's catchy, and that's how songs get popular, you know, that's the point. So, you hear something that sounds like a little catchy or something, no, I'm just messing around, I'm not, like, playing anything. Like, alright, like, sometimes, like, obviously, like, when I play friggin' chopsticks, people know what chopstick is. Like, obviously, like, if I'm, like, you know what certain things are, but usually I'm just sitting here messing around. Okay, so case in point, the first time we go back to talking about regular subjects, instead of talking about YouTube, I see a second concurrent in here. And why are views being removed live? Why was it at 12 views and now it's at 11? Why are you removing views live? Oh, right, because you're the legal team and you're trying to convince me that you weren't in here watching the stream. That's right. Yeah, and kind of like all the other times that you're in the chat and you're sitting there using one of the alts, and the stalker probably doesn't even realize this, but other people are doing that too. And then so, like, so that way YouTube doesn't see any evidence of it, they'll just sit there and delete the fucking message after the fact, even though they sat there and spammed it in my chat, because, again, they thought it was funny to do something illegal. You can find an entire Reddit thread about a 14-year-old that was harassed and stalked on YouTube, and YouTube didn't do anything until a bunch of people already, yeah, you get where I'm going with that, destroyed some shit. You know, people that didn't like her and stuff like that. This is terrible. And again, you can just find this Reddit thread. And then after the Reddit thread, where you can see all the citing and information and stuff like that, where they were suing YouTube in the lawsuit, Then they started taking down the channel that was doing it. And only then. Only after the lawsuit actually was filed and went through, and they saw evidence on the Reddit thread, again, where the lawyer said, well, you need to do this to post it online so everybody sees it. And so they were doing that to organize it and stuff like that. Only then, under threat of everybody seeing what was going on, did they actually do anything and take it down. Which is exactly what they're doing to my channel every single motherfucking day that I'm in here and I'm talking about the things that are going on. And instead of doing something about it, they're reducing trending, fucking with my channel, and breaking entire features like the ability to simply go live horizontally from the YouTube app. And again, I've sat there on entire streams and showed it doesn't work. I'm literally just hitting the goddamn button and it goes, derp, well, it's horizontal orientation, and then it does the fucking countdown thing and it goes, please switch it to horizontal orientation. As if I never fucking did it. Like right in front of your goddamn faces right there. It's a simple fucking button. You just push it one more fucking time. You just, duh, switches it, duh. Like, you act all like I can't fucking stream horizontally from my fucking YouTube app like I've done a million fucking times before. I've literally done this so many fucking times. And I was proving that it was YouTube. I was proving that, like, basically, anytime I was streaming, they were sitting there making the thing go like this. Shifting the goddamn bitrate around. And then as soon as I switch apps, never a single fucking problem. And then, after I say that, the second time we use the app, it starts having some, like, error messages and problems and stuff. Conveniently, the second time after, again, just like all the other fucking things I've said on stream, where conveniently after I've played it one time on stream, they start fucking around with it. Okay, because again, these lawyers are hiring somebody that knows how to do this, or one of them knows how to do it. But like, how stupid do you have to be? Like, seriously, the fact that you haven't followed this the entire fucking 4.5 years I've been on the platform, showing you this is happening? You literally this dumb? Oh, it's all in his head. And conveniently, there's like alts that come in at convenient times saying it's all in his head. Who says that? Heard everything I said, and then was able to make an alt to come in to premeditatively say it's all in his head. The fucking guy that wants to convince you of that! Jesus fucking Christ! Nobody does that. Nobody fucking does that. I'm literally sitting here, I have evidence of it, I'm showing it to you. I'm literally showing you screenshots of concurrence being capped. We're in swipe feeds. Here we are capped at 2 fucking concurrents. It's clearly capped right now. Because I'm talking about this. It's clearly capped. Do you fucking see a single goddamn third concurrent? But now that I've said that, what they're going to do is they're going to shift it up. This is what they've been doing. Every single goddamn time I tell you what the pattern is, it's exactly what it is. Why the fuck do I have to fucking tell you? For the past goddamn fucking several weeks they've been doing this. Capped concurrence, capped concurrence. You just see the goddamn line, hit the fucking 2 and just stop. Just going, oh yeah, there's a third one. Yep, finally, there's one more as I fucking say it to goddamn confirm that it's happening. Jesus motherfucking Christ. So full of shit. You're literally just so full of shit, you two. And your lawyers are just disgusting people. It's very clear to me. I mean, when they can sit there and they can see, yeah, there's very real danger going on, a very illegal thing, you have policies against this going on the platform all the time. Yeah, again, we can't even have a single open chat because a regular stalker on the platform is just doxing my address very second we have an open chat, from random alts with like my mom's name, my dad's name, random family members. Again, he can't find this. Again, also, Google, you shouldn't have people's addresses on fucking Google. Like, why is somebody's address, why am I typing in somebody's name and their address shows up on Google? What the fuck? That should never happen. Are you kidding me? It's Google then. Yeah. Yeah, like the fact that this guy can actually, like, again, my Facebook privacy settings are all the way up. Nobody can even fucking find me. My address isn't even on there. If my address hasn't been on there, I fucking did that shit before streaming. I'm not stupid. Yeah, I did all that shit way before streaming. Yep. And that's the point. And still, he can type in a fucking name in Google and just find an address. And like people's names and stuff like that, and who they're... What the hell? And again, he's just putting it on your platform, and he's doxing my address in chat. His entire channel is basically dedicated to sitting here watching rage freakouts that he's causing, and then doxing my family in pictures with typing their names and a relationship on them and stuff like that on the stream. Are you kidding me? And again, like, it's literally a crime to harass somebody, dox somebody, and then sit there and offer the information online to, again, stalk with the threat of harassment, stalking, and stuff, which is very obvious what he's doing. Like, obviously, it's for intimidation. Like, he sent threats, he sent all kinds of things in chat, had it all over his channel. He's typed my address again into, like, the thumbnails of his streams are just pictures of my family members. That's so fucking weird because, again, we don't know this guy at all. He was just a viewer from my channel at one point that I blocked. That's it. And YouTube doesn't actually have policies. That's why, you know, like, essentially, you know, I have a protection company for identity theft and stuff, and, you know, like, they're some of the first ones I called, you know, for advice, because that's what they do. You know, they sift the internet and make sure, you know, like, they protect and stuff like that. And their suggestion, after hearing all that, you know, YouTube doesn't really care, I've reported it a million times. They suggested that I report YouTube to the Federal Trade Commission for fraud. Because, again, they're just not doing anything. And they clearly have policies on this. I sat there for 8 or 9 hours, literally restreaming the video they sent me with an example of what you shouldn't do while doxing somebody. It was the exact thing he's doing. Literally, like, with the intent to make another channel look bad. It's very clearly to do that. Nobody thinks anything else. Like, you literally would be really stupid to think anything else. It's very obviously for that. It's very clearly for that. Threats. No, nobody does this. If they're going to watch your stream, they're just going to watch them. They're not going to put your entire family on them, dox your address in chat every second that you have an open chat with alts made from your family members' names and pictures made like today. They're not going to come in impersonating police officers with the Lancaster police badge that they stole from some Facebook page, probably, pretending to be police, ordering me to end the stream and stuff like that. You know, telling me they're gonna come here and shit like that. And you don't see how this behavior shouldn't like just be removed from the platform? You're really stupid. Yeah. I don't think I've reached out enough. And I may do it a little bit more. I may reach out to a certain larger streamer and ask him, essentially to... Because I reached out to Scammer Payback. I don't think there's anything wrong with telling you guys that. I think he's a scammer. I think that it's very obvious to tell that he's doing what scammers do, troll scammers do, to dox people, to possibly have their bank. I mean, he's typing Lancaster bank info and stuff like he's being malicious. Like it's just like I get it's not like that's not real info. Like I get it, but like the point is like it's malicious. Like you never know what like small piece of information a scammer does or doesn't have, and all our information's out there at this point through data leaks. What you gotta do is look that up. If you're not informed, then that's the problem. Your social security number's out there. All of ours is. And if you think it's not, well then you're the one not paying attention. That shit's right on YouTube for you to find. And that's not me saying that. That's #1 ethical hacker in the world saying that. Yeah, Ryan Montgomery's saying that. It ain't me saying that. And so, again, I have pretended to be upset with Scammer Payback and various people over the years because I thought maybe I caused a trolling issue for them. So to avoid, essentially if the troll that's doing it would think that I'm suddenly like irritated with them, you'd probably stop trolling them. Does that make sense? So like I did that at various times to avoid having the trolls because I thought maybe because people didn't like me, they're just going to troll other people that, and stuff like that. But like the point is, nah, do something about this. It's malicious at this point. Like even if people don't like my message and what I'm saying and yelling and shit, you don't have to like me to support the fact that my message is the same. Like I get it. But realize that like I wouldn't be like this and I wouldn't be swearing all the time and shit like that if this guy wasn't doing this. We could just go back to normal, we could sit here, we could have good streams, the trending would be normal. Yet conveniently there's this weirdness going on. And it's been going on ever since this. It's like this guy, this dynamic. Like again, the whole point was that I always knew somebody was doing it. So the point was to draw that out. Say enough crazy shit. I mean, I did. But that's the point. Like, YouTube was never going to help me. And I've always been sending reports. No lie. The other day, remember when he was in here in the chat and we were just watching a movie? And he was just, like, sending all these messages, pretending to be police and stuff like that. They disabled that conveniently when he's impersonating police. YouTube disabled my report function conveniently. You think the lawyers and YouTube's not doing this? No, they are. The very second that happened and I was like reporting it left and right because there's so many, and it was working initially, they disabled it. You know why? Because it brings up another screen, and when it brings up another screen, you have to go into report, and it brings up another drop down screen where you actually choose like the additional reason, like you hit the thing, it's a sub menu, then it has to bring up another one where you actually report. They disabled that so that it would never bring up that next screen, and then that's the point. And then conveniently, as I started sending the emails through Google, they fixed it so that Google wouldn't think or anything, see anything. Kind of like the bitrate issue where like we can clearly see something's going on. There's very clearly somebody's uploading a bug, very clearly messing with the system. We see the yellow fucking strip. We see the bitrate plummet to 1,000. There's no reason for that. That's no. No. And it's just constantly just like this and stuff, like somebody causing it. Yet conveniently around us sending emails and reporting it to legal and reporting it to YouTube and stuff like that, they fix it. And he sort of kind of like disappears a little bit from streaming. so he's not streaming live with that channel currently while all this reports are going on. And he sort of just like lingers in the background, waits for my stream, sits there and spams messages as soon as he can in chat. This guy is literally just sitting there waiting for a stream to start. That's weird. And he proved it too. He proved it, was it yesterday? Did we do coffee time yesterday too? I think it was yesterday, right? Because I took like maybe a minute or two gap between restricting the chat. And so essentially while he could, he just spammed. He usually uses my mom's information, pretending to be her and stuff. She was like, "Son, I'm looking." He was like, "Son, I'm looking for you." And like that's the point. Like anybody that sees that would know me or something like that. Yeah, like that's embarrassing to her. It's embarrassing to them. It makes people look a certain way. He knows this. It's really weird that you don't know anything about my family, anything really, and you just want to screw with somebody that's like an old lady. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, that's how I look at it. You gotta, like, that's the point. Like, you have to be careful with, like, we're talking about old people. We're talking about people that, like, could be scammed. Yeah, they don't know any better. Like seriously, like, there's times where, like, it's a struggle. I'll have a conversation with somebody that doesn't understand the gravity of the current situation of everybody's information being. Most people, I think, are actually kind of like this. This was my tone with some of those. I shouldn't say scam baiters, but like, just the message that I kind of got was that lately they think that you still don't need to spread awareness about this. No, I think it's really important, because I think disinformation is causing them to think it's like maybe some of the stuff that you guys think where it's reports where your social security numbers got out there is fake news or something. It's not, I promise you. It's really dangerous. And like the point is, like, the reason I know this too isn't just because like we're sitting here talking about this situation. It's because I spent time researching it and stuff like that, because you know, I was streaming, so I was going to learn about privacy information and stuff. I was going to spend some time learning about it. So like the point was that like I was finding all about how easy it is to, you know, essentially just be found and IPs and stuff like that, and yeah, like I discovered over the years Scammer Payback and Kitboga and all these other Trilogy Media. I like them too. All these other scam baiters are really cool, really nice people that help out, but they're super busy. You know, like the point is, like, they're scheduled probably with like this and this and this and this, and like other people probably contact them for help too. You know, like, and like they probably have like such a tight schedule. It's like, how am I expected to do this? Like, he probably did see it. He probably was like, man, like, I want to, but like, what? How am I supposed to? Like, it's gonna take this much time. I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to do this, just because it's not the normal situation. I'm gonna have to go through these hoops, and it's a hassle. It's costly. It's, you know, this and that. It's a shame that the authorities aren't actually like able to at this point. You know what I mean? Like, it's a shame that we have to document so much, and it's a shame that YouTube can't just fucking follow their own policy and remove somebody that is very obviously dangerous for the platform. I don't call to remove anybody. I don't care. Yeah, I don't cancel. I'm the one telling you that to go watch Asmongold and stuff when we disagree on things. You, like, actually like the guy. Like, that's the point. Like, people probably think I don't and stuff because this is what they do. They project what they do onto other people. Just because at various times I've said I've just been disappointed and been upset and been, kind of like, like giving you the rage content or whatever. That's for views. People like that. It's to call him out. It's to make him feel, wow, this guy's really upset. Let me actually consider what he's saying. Instead of just, yeah, he'll get over it. No, like, the point is I want him to know how upsetting, like that is to somebody that does get what's going on. Like, when he's a gaming streamer and he misinforms people about politics, it's like, please understand how much effect you have on pop culture right now. Please understand that. With great power. So, that's kind of my message, is like, I've always been somebody that's like trying to be on the side of fact and informing, and it almost seems like because of that, people are harassing me, causing problems for me. It's politics. Like, these guys, like, that's the point. Like, this, like, I know you guys don't like that Nazi word, but the more it happens to me, the more I see it, where it's not Trump doing it. Like, again, I don't blame him. He just is that way. I don't think he's Hitler. But, like, the point is the dynamic that surrounds him. Like, it's how people act when they're allowed to essentially not be checked for things that they were checked for their whole life, and now they're allowed to do them. Like the whole racism thing. Like just being allowed to be prejudiced and like blatantly racist. Like actually sitting there and bitching about people kneeling and stuff like that. Like, just being really, really upset about this. You remember how, like, really upset people were about that? Just blatantly, obviously racist people were showing they were. Like, if you get upset, like, if you visibly get upset about this, you're, like, all super angry about this, you're racist. Just being honest. It's not a based sort of thing. What you have to realize is you didn't do that deduction. You didn't... It's just fix it, that's all. Just try to not, like, realize that, like, I'm not hateful. I'm actually just trying to help you. Like, this is people's problem, is, like, they'll do that, and like, again, we have 0 concurrence in here. So, proving if I start talking about politics and start talking about this, we're just going to put the fucking concurrence at 0. I can find plenty of streams to talk about politics, talk about plenty of things. And here we are under the entertainment category. Okay? So, anyway. I have a little cold. I do have a cold right now. It's annoying. It's like right here. Anyway, the point is that, like, the type of thinking is dangerous because people don't seem to have the ability to how do I word this? It's education. It's everything I've been saying, but it's simpler than that. It's just like a basic ability for people to have reading comprehension, wanting to do those things, wanting to research, wanting to be informed. It's a laziness factor, I think. It really is. I think it's just people want to not deal with drama. Yeah, they don't want to think about the problems. They don't want to deal with them. They just, he's gonna fix them. It's simple. Yeah, he's our guy. That's what I see. And like, the truth be told, it's causing more problems because you don't realize that, like, again, like, he's not a realist. It's not realism. It's not how things function. It's not how things work. You can't get a better deal out of forcing people to pay more money for something. Like again, like, it's just the things that he says, like, none of it makes any sense when you actually logically think about it. You like, oh, it's the worst deal ever. Okay, so then I look up the deal, and it's actually a pretty good deal for us. And then he gets rid of it. Or something like that. And so, like, I start to see a pattern where it's very obvious this guy is just trying to convince you of things that aren't true. And other people just aren't simply looking it up to find that out. It's like, well, just look the deal up that he's talking about. Just look it up. Is it a good deal or is it? He's very simply saying it's the worst deal. Look it up. Is it? What does the deal do? And so, like, that's the point. Nobody would do that. They would just believe him. And they don't want to hear that either. They really don't. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to be told that. Oh, I looked it up. No, you didn't. You watched Fox News and they talked about it. Is that looking it up? No. Oh, but CNN lies. Yeah, sure. Sure. We've seen media outlets lie sometimes. The point is that, like, there's this rhetoric that people don't get. Regularly, people lie for that man. Regularly. If you're going to defend him, you're going to lie for him because he just bullshits. Everything's made up. Nothing's true. Basically. Nothing he does is essentially what he's actually doing. For the most part. It just causes an issue for like a drama thing or something like that, so that you think it's, you know, like just so you can fix it. And it's just costly instead of them just doing things that could actually help. Like, that's what I wish he would just do instead of just like a fucking TV show. And this is the point, is like, alright, yeah, like, it's not as bad as some people are making it seem, of course. But it's pretty bad. And saying that man helps the economy when, like he's just staging a TV show. Come on. Be real. This is the point. Nobody's being real with us. He's it's a TV show, man. Always has been. Remember, he ran for president as a staged thing. It was staged. He staged that. He didn't want to run for president. It was like part of a thing. This is something. This is something, like, I researched a long time ago, and then I was reminded of recently. Yeah, like again, he planned. Like, alright, so The Apprentice was ending. He was going to probably have to shut down Trump Tower. He was going bankrupt for, like, a seventh time. And he, you know, it was very obvious the people around him just suggested, well, run for president. Other people have done this. They run for president because they can write a book. They can sell a book. They can get press. They can make a name. The point is, he was losing his name. And the Trump name is everything. And he wasn't going to lose that. So he started staging these things where, like, he staged, like, a run for president where he came down the escalator, he hired all these actors. Why did instantly two people come in as I was talking about that and then leave? This is the stuff I see. Where it's, like, kind of obvious somebody that's politically motivated sits in here and monitors what I'm saying and then restricts traffic based on what I'm saying. This is what I'm talking about. I just saw two concurrents in here. As I was saying that, they come in and they leave based on the fact that I'm talking about that. And then it just sits at 0 for a while. So, like, who's actually sitting in here? You know what I mean? That's the point. It's the stalker. And the point is, like, I realized that. I'm not an idiot. The point is, he's doing it to try to get to me. This is why it's dangerous. Imagine what he could actually do to somebody that's a moron, that like isn't screwing with him back. You know what I mean? Like I'm not a moron. You're not gonna. Yeah, it's all a front, man. The point is, like, you know, for the longest time I didn't know who was doing it. I had to figure out who was doing it. I thought it was, you know, like, this person had a lot of information. Very clearly it was somebody that was getting it in some way they shouldn't. And so the point is, I thought it was somebody close to me. But it wasn't. It was just this fucking guy. Anyway. He staged a run for president, hired a bunch of actors. And he had already scheduled a bunch of, like, rallies. Like, he scheduled a bunch of rallies as part of the thing where he was going to, like, pretend to run for president so he could, you know, like, write a book or something like that. Didn't he? I think he did, anyway, too. Well, he didn't write it. He had a... What do they call it? They have somebody else have a writer write it for you. I mean, it's fine. Like, that, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, again, I think that's what he did for that. Anyway, yeah, like, I'm not busting on him for that. A lot of people do that. Like, that's not, you know... If anything, that's him admitting he's not a writer. Like, if anything, I give him credit for that one. You know, like, that's actually smart, I think, if he did that. But the point is, he's in it for the money, he's in it for the image. It's not to help you. Again, he's not your guy. And this is what you think. No, he'll give tax breaks to the billionaires because that's him. He has been doing that. You know, the tax cut you got? No, it was a tax increase. He cut taxes for him. We've all been trying to warn you about this. And you hated Nancy Pelosi so much. And she was the one sitting there stopping him single-handedly from harming our democracy the first time around. Single-handedly, she was just stopping him left and right. And you all hated her so much. That's why you hated her, because he was talking shit. He just convinced you to hate somebody that was actually helping things. She's a good person. Yeah, like that's what's annoying. People just, like, hate people. They don't know who they, like, anything about them, who they are, anything like that. They just implicitly hate them because Nancy Pelosi or Hillary Clinton. You hear those names, you just think hate, right? He's programmed you. He's a salesman. Meanwhile, he's also the salesman claiming to hate China and outsourcing jobs, and you all didn't pick up on the fact that when he was running for president, and he went on Letterman, and he was supporting his ties, Letterman happened to notice that the back of his tie, he said, "What's the back of the tie say?" And it was the Trump ties. Do you know what it said? Made in China. And Trump gets tax breaks. Like, he sits here and forces tariffs and stuff to lie to you about something, to convince you it's doing something because you don't know what the fuck tariffs are for. He does this to just try to convince you of something, cause a ruckus or something like that. Meanwhile, it's actually, like, increasing the prices. And he doesn't notice because he's rich. He doesn't go to the store. Yeah. Other people go to the store for him. I think Donald Trump goes to the store. If I always had somebody, like, yeah, like, for sure, like, everybody has family, everybody has, like, people they rely on and stuff like that help and stuff. Everybody has that, right? Like, you know, we all have our support system and stuff like that, sure. And I'm not knocking anybody for that. But if I had somebody hand me $1 million at one point in my life, I can promise you I wouldn't be worse. You know what I mean? Like, I would be in a much better place in my life. And somebody just handed me $1 million and say, here you go. Yeah, like, and he calls it a small loan. It's just like, listen, man, that guy was given if I was even handed $10,000, like even that, I could do so much with it. You know, like giving money to a smart person versus somebody that is like an entitled brat. That when he got bad grades, well, let's bail him out. When he oh God, like I worked for that. This is the point. I was almost like that. And then I made a decision in my life. I made a choice. I almost went to the military too, because that choice forced me to be different, which is why I became a Sifu martial arts instructor. I just flipped 180. Almost was like that. I was a very lazy person in high school. I didn't give a shit. I was bullied a lot. I was depressed. I didn't have a reason to care. And then at a certain point, I realized I wasn't going to graduate. And I realized, you know, I had a good counselor. Pulled me aside, said, you know, you don't have enough credits to graduate. And it's my senior year, and I'm like, wait, what? Oh no, I'm sorry, my junior year. They caught it before, which, thank you. Because this is the point. This is what people need to do. And this is what help is. He reached in, said, look, you have to graduate. But here's what you can do. You gotta work hard. But you can do it. And I did. You know, I was all these credits shy, and I was going to have to spend my entire summer taking courses. You know, like not resting, not having a summer. And I did. And because I put the work into that, it reminded me of you know, what I was taught, you know, younger, you know, stuff like what's important in life. You know, essentially it reminded me of, you know, you can't expect anything. Like, you have a lot of people that expect everything. They expect Trump to just give it to them and stuff like that. Expect the president to just do everything. The reality is, he can't do a lot of those things, and you don't want him to. So the moment that he starts trying to enforcing it, you have to realize it's a bad thing. Too much power. You need a say. Anyway. Yeah, I had to take several correspondence courses, passed them, got the credits I needed. And then, you know, obviously finished my senior year. I got, trust me, I got much better grades my senior year. Trust me on that. Because again, that was the point. I wasn't giving a F until that point. And all of a sudden my senior year, better, because I cared. So, you know, the point is, if Trump were actually doing things and helping things, they would have gotten better. We would see them. He wouldn't just talk about a golden age. We'd be living it. Why aren't we? That's reality. This is what nobody's doing. You're just living in a fantasy world, claiming it's good, and you're not. It's not. It's not. Like, you're making it that way. You know what I'm saying? You're making it that way. So yeah, anyway, the point is, we have entire streams that I'll sit in here and I'll do a whole nice stream. Really good stream. And if I say nothing about the trending or anything like that, it'll end with like no views. None. I know the cycle will just repeat itself, and we'll just, our channel takes a nosedive. The point is, you can't, that's what they want. They want it to look like you're canceled, essentially. The point is, if you're not trending, you're not trending. And so, like, any trolls sitting here leaving comments saying you're doing it to yourself and shit like that, that's a troll. If anything, they're probably contributing to it. You know what I mean? Like, that's the point. You're leaving a comment contributing to it. You're being a troll. All you had to do is be supportive and say, man, that sucks. That's all happening. I hope it ends soon. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks that YouTube's not removing somebody that's clearly violating policies and stalking and doxing. That sucks, man. You know, like, that's the point. That's all you have. You know, like, if you wanted to actually be supportive and help and stuff and try to say that it's me and stuff like that, the point is, no, there's this person, very real person, causing very real harm, doxing people, stalking people, releasing their information, impersonating police. The point is, I'm smart. It doesn't get to me. You're not going to get to me. I've already stated this earlier. The point is, they're leaving that comment to get other people to fear. You know, to join in. To essentially be an angry mob. You know, like, this is what is happening. You know, these people just, all they want to do is anything that they disagree with. They want to all be able to collectively jump in and cancel it. This is what YouTube's doing to the trolls. YouTube is likening the trolls. That's what's happening. This is what's happening on social media in general. YouTube is likening the trolls. And they're Trump voters. That's why. Because trolls are Trump voters. We know that. They're assholes. We know that. We know that. These are people that aren't reasonable. The majority didn't vote for Trump. No, they didn't. No, there's a lot of people that just didn't vote. And that's the point. Like, the first time I say you're assholes, we get 2 concurrents in here. So conveniently, right then, as I say that, they're trying to say that the concurrence finally came in. No, we've been at 0 the whole time. So, like, this is the point. Conveniently, as I say this insult or something like that, then we get concurrence. No, YouTube's doing that on purpose. There's no way that's not on purpose. And, like, this is the point. This is what I talked about, is anytime it goes back to positive. See? And then they leave. We're making a point. Wait, you know, like, we're making a point. We're talking about why that happened. We're talking about the fact that it's very obvious why it happened. And then they leave. As soon as we're making that point. Kind of like in all the streams where I'm making really good points. Later on, we go back and we try to watch that, and the stream appears to be fine, yet it's been processing for several days, and now after processing for several days, and again, the stream's like an hour or something like that, should be processing for several days, but yet after processing for several days, there's several sections of audio just fucking muted. Just literally fucking muted. Basically confirming that, again, somebody at YouTube is sitting here actively trying to silence anything I'm saying. Again, I'm just continuing to prove what YouTube's doing. So, Again, we sat in here for nothing. No views, no views, no views, no views. A whole fucking 20 minutes. No views, no views, no views, no views, no views, no views, no views. And on the very second that we start talking about it, oh, there's one, there's two. And then as soon as we start making sense, there's one and there's two go to zero. Oh, but then as soon as we start talking about the drama again, oh, that's it. The 1 to 2 come back. Oh, and now maybe it goes to 4. Now we're making a really good point. Now it goes to 4. But then after we make the point, and we start talking about positivity, and I start playing piano or something like that, then it goes to 0. How is that trending that's helpful? It's a scam. It's a pyramid scheme. It's a lie. It's trending that hurts your channel. That's pretty basic stuff, man. It's pretty basic stuff, man. Conveniently, as I start getting close to the camera, stating things, making it, yeah. And as soon as I make that point, the one concurrent leaves. Told you, it's trolls. That's the point. So YouTube is allowing, essentially making a cancel rhythm where trolls control what's happening on this platform. That's it. See? 2 concurrents. We're talking about the craziness of trolls controlling what's happening on the cancel rhythm and stuff like that. Conveniently, 2 concurrents instantly come in here. And we're talking about the drama. Instantly. And now they leave. Trolls. This is the point. Everybody is doing it. Everybody. There's so many people doing this. Cookie's doing it. I'll just be perfectly fucking honest with you. I don't give a shit. He's doing it. If you think he's not, you're full of shit. I don't care who hears me say that. He is doing that. You can't tell me he doesn't have like a whole bunch of alts. There's a lot of people doing it. And they just harass people and stuff like that with their alts to, you know, scare them, intimidate them a bit. And they steal the traffic. Because they're like reacting to their streams and stuff like that. Because the point is, that's what they do. They're making content on it, then they're poised to gain that traffic. That's just what the stalker is doing. You know, putting my name and all this stuff, stealing my content. So that way when he sits here and he you know, slowly gets his bots and the algorithm to try to cancel my channel, he would be poised to gain all of that viewership and views and stuff like that. This is the scam that's running. And you know, there's like all these people doing it, and it's like super obvious, and conveniently, again, as I talk about this, 0. It's like so obvious what's happening, 0. Yep. Oh man, YouTube is so full of shit. So we had a stream last night where I used all these hashtags. It was like a relaxing sort of thing, and we were in the swipe feed for like 9 fucking hours, and we had like 30 some views after like fucking 9 hours in the swipe feed. And you're gonna try to tell me that you're not sitting there and you're capping fucking views. 9 hours, and you're supposedly in a swipe feed where people are, possibly swiping, looking for streams basically like that to sleep to and stuff like that, and you're going to try to sit there and convince me that, there's just nobody, no, that's the point. YouTube promotes scams. They promote the people sitting on here, just streaming a goddamn jackpot machine with fucking slots. They're promoting the women laying in beds in India, being grabbed by men, gyrating up and down, and there's like kids in the background and shit like that. This is the stuff I was talking about. That's the point. I was talking about how that was in the swipe feed, getting thousands of concurrence and shit like that, and showing it on the stream. And then this is where the dynamic really started just plummeting my channel. Because again, I was talking about what YouTube was promoting instead. They were literally promoting these obvious scammers taking advantage of women in these countries. And then, like, all the time there's, like, kids in the background and shit like that. That's the point. All I was doing was swiping from my stream. We're sitting there, we're like, well, why isn't there anybody in here? So, like, I was sitting there, all right, let's see what's in the swipe feed. So, like, that's the point. I was just swiping. And it was just that. It was just all that. And it's like, what the fuck is this? And, like, the point is, on my YouTube, you guys even see it. I bring it up half the time. It's like fucking just music and like relaxing stuff, and like why is that? What? Huh? And yet all of my content too is like gaming and stuff like that. Yet this is what's in the swipe feed, and it's just every stream. We found some really disgusting stuff. Yeah, I found like there was one like a lady like laying on the floor, just filming her, crotch area from like down there, and she was just laying there, like kind of like just rolling around and stuff. And again, like it was just nonstop. It was just like swipe, 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 all this, and then like there was another one where there was like it was just all this. It was like very obviously like women in India, like in situations, you know what I mean? Like the point is they were like trying to use, I guess, YouTube to make money off of these women or something like that, and like it looked like they were running Cash App scams too in the chats and stuff like that. Like it was so bad. And I was showing this, that like there was thousands of people watching this shit. And this is what they were promoting. And it was all over the swipe feed. And now the swipe feed, like the point is that they were doing this for a while. And I had to like every day show this. And they were really unhappy. It was very obvious they were unhappy because my stream started to tank after that. And after like essentially it got fixed where I'm not seeing it anymore, they didn't remove the channels. No, like they just stopped trending them and stuff. So now as you go through the swipe feed, it's literally just non-stop looped videos. So just mindless stuff where it's like looped videos. So like the point is I did that, and I do it, and we start to gain some traction. We see that's what's doing it. But yet conveniently the second one I do gets more than less than half the view count of the first one somehow. And like this is the point, is like anytime I do something where other, like it's very clear this is the trend and stuff, and we do it in our own way, they take that from us. Like they break it for me. Where it's like this should work, and it did. It's clearly working. Yet now, after doing it one time, it doesn't. It's always that one time. Anytime I do it one time, then it breaks. It's like all the other stuff. You do it one time on YouTube. Oh, nope. And then we see streams lose views days after the fact. Like 3 days after the fact, instead of gaining views, those streams just start slowly losing views. So YouTube's just taking views off for no fucking reason whatsoever. And it loses more than when like whatever the final view count was after it finished. Days later, it's now at a lesser view count than when it actually finished the stream. Days later. Even after that should have stopped updating views and shit like that, they've still subtracted some more views days later. That's the point. They're subtracting views as they happen because they want to remove any kind of bit of viral videos or trending that I would have. And they've been doing this. Why are you going to sit here and ignore the fact that we had on the stream the live control room that one day, and we sat here and proved that they were just shifting the numbers around to wherever the fuck they wanted to, showing me that they could do that. Remember it went to like a negative count? It actually said that. I was like, what the hell? Actually showing that there can be that malicious with it. Showed it on stream and nothing happened. Well, this enabled that person to continue doing these things because it showed them that YouTube is gonna see that and fucking do nothing. Like that is just stupid as shit. So yeah, that's the point. These lawyers ignored all of this because they're stupid. Yeah, and it just continued to happen. Lawyers shouldn't be stupid. You're paid to be very smart. Like, that's the point, guys. You have to realize with me, what I'm saying stupid, and I'm not doing it as an insult. I'm doing it as like, I'm recognizing that people have a choice, and that it's a choice to be stupid. Like, people choose to be dumb. They can, like, that's the point. I'm talking about people with average brains here, like no deficiencies or anything, and they're just, again, choosing to be this way, choosing to you know, be a moron. You know, not simply know what's right and wrong about that situation because they should. So yeah, the reason we don't have a stream schedule is this. That's why. Because anytime we have any type of normalcy or anything like that, and it goes to normal, we get harassed hardcore. So we do things erratic and with elements of surprise for that reason. That's it. Anytime I have announced what we're doing, exactly what we're doing, when we're doing it, it has caused far more problems. Far more. Yeah, literally every single time. I was like, well, I'm going to get on a stream after this or something like that. We're going to do this and we're going to play this. I would conveniently have a shitload of glitches with that game that have never happened before. Or I'd conveniently have some absurd, abhorrently shift in my bitrate that causes a huge problem for viewers, disrupts the stream. Like, again, YouTube's supposed to suspend the stream. It shouldn't ever fucking disconnect. All these other streams were proving that we come back instantly. You know, it's not like the internet goes out. It's literally just a disconnection for like 30 fucking seconds, and YouTube should suspend the stream. And they just end it on purpose. That's the point. We were trending, we were gaining a lot of viewership, so they ended the fucking stream, so that way when we come back, we don't gain that support or that viewership. It's just dead. That's been the dynamic of my channel for so long, and this is the point. They cause a problem, and it dies. They cause a problem, and it dies. So it creates a pattern of canceling your channel, because they cause a problem, you lose people. It's literally how it fucking functions. So, like, again, these scammers are just learning how to train your shit algorithm to cancel your channel. And I've been fucking saying this forever. But just YouTube's like, duh. Where we're pretending like we don't know. So anyway, the point is, I had a coffee time stream yesterday. It was well over the view count that it is here, the concurrent cap count. It was called the same thing. And again, this didn't happen. The point was we started trending. I was just playing, drinking coffee. But the difference is, I'm going to show you. Here's the difference. Come on. We'll see if it works the same way today. I've been confirming this for a while, so this stream won't necessarily confirm it, but it usually happens when we do this. So, what this confirms, basically, we've been confirming for a while that there's a lot of people watching the streams and only watching them because they're trying to be content creators. They're just sitting in here trying to learn how we're getting the viewers we're getting these little, we're using these little tricks, and they're just trying to learn things. You know, they're not trying to be viewers, they're just... And a lot of these guys hate me now. So... You know, because, I offered to help them, like, off-stream, like, alright, add me on this or something, and I'll message you or something like that. I'm not gonna help any old troll on the platform. And then, like, I'd stop hearing from them. And then they just sit there and just, like, endlessly steal ideas from me and copy my graphics and use them without saying anything. Buy the same type of lights, make the same... It's, like, obvious what they're doing. And he's doing that to, like, sort of kind of, like, brag that he can, kind of. You know, like, I can just do this, just take your graphics and make a channel, gain trending, and meanwhile just be a douchebag, an overall douchebag, because I'm stealing ideas, stealing somebody else's shit, and repackaging it and stuff like that. And meanwhile, I don't know how he's doing this thing, so I'm going to go in his chat and pretend to be supportive for a while. And then when he very clearly wants to help me, and he shows that he wants to help me with that thing, but he won't help and share in chat, well, then I'm going to disappear. Because the point was, he wanted help, and he wanted me to put that in chat because he wanted me to tell everybody how to do this one thing that he knew was a niche for me, and he knew that's why I was getting views, so he wanted me to share it so that I'd lose that niche. Because it's the only thing that makes any sense. Why else, after saying, yeah, sure, man, of course, yeah, I'll give you that to you, but I'm not gonna, I can't give it to you on the stream like this, so, and this, again, we had a good relationship up until this point, and he just stopped talking, he stopped coming on the channel, he stopped everything after this. And again, all I said was, yeah, I'll just, you know, again, I'll tell you off stream or something like that. And the point is, he just disappeared. And I went onto his channel, commented on his thing, and said, hey man, just to let you know, I'll give you a hand. I'll still help you out if you need help with that thing that you were asking about. And, you know, like I was just trying to reach out and let him know I wasn't trolling or anything. You know, I will help you if you know, add me on this thing and you want to talk and stuff like that. But again, I want to talk to you. I don't want to, you know, sit here and put this thing out for everybody to just know how to do it, because it's not what you should do. It's not. You shouldn't help these people that are here to harm you and stuff like that. And so, like, that's the point, is I was trying to teach these guys, like, essentially, like, Asmon's right. Once you have something and you figured it out, don't tell other people what it is. Unless, again, you privately want to help them and you care, then fine. Like, that's a little bit different, you know, you want to, fine, that's understandable, but that's between you and them at that point. You're not sharing it for everybody else, and that's valuable advice. And meanwhile, I reached out, left a comment, and this guy just ignored it and never said anything. I think he deleted the comment, actually. And then all around that, after, again, he did very convenient things right after I did them. Just to kind of slowly sort of indicate that he was very obviously watching my channel, making decisions based on those things. So, like, I just sort of kind of, like, alright, fine, like, I don't care that much about that. Like, you have to just rationalize and just piecing together what he did, that's all. I'm just sharing to you that I just pieced together what he did, that's all. Like, that's what he thinks. You know, he just kind of, like, he doesn't have anything creative about him. So he's just repackaging ideas that he sees from other streamers. He shouldn't be a streamer. Yeah, eventually he's going to wind up at a certain point where he realizes, like, yeah, this isn't something that he should have done in the first place, because all he's doing is just repackaging, copying ideas. And the point is, I'm so creative, everybody flocks to me. Because, like, I actually create legitimate, real, original ideas, and then people steal them. It didn't actually even come from anybody else. But then they come and they steal them, and then they do them, and YouTube promotes them. This is what's happened. This has happened many times, actually. That exact example has happened many times. And, that's why I got irritated, because that is messed up. Like, I'm okay with people using things of mine, but, like, I want the appropriate credit for, you know, like somebody else gains traction off something very, very obviously like an idea I had, and they're gaining all this viewership and traction off of it, and it's just constant. Especially like when you get upwards of 30-some thousand subscribers and stuff like that off of very obviously using ideas and a dynamic that you stole from me, or you know how to stream and all you did was sat and watched me endlessly and kind of learn how to do it, and now you cause problems for me so that way you change my dynamic in the way I stream. This is what they did. That's all they did. The same guy that sits here endlessly and tells you that he plays chess, not checkers, and stuff like that. Why is he saying that? Because he's playing war games with real people in real time? Yeah. I don't do those things. Nope. I just try to help make content, and the point is I gain trending, and then it just irritates people, pisses them off. That's it. And, like, never did I see anybody get so pissed as that guy when I had, like, a lot of viewers and stuff. He used to act like that. He'd get, like, really mad and stuff like that. Come in my chat and talk about it. I'm not getting any support. And then, like, he'd, like, be like, I'm going live. I'm going live. And then, like, everybody would go over to there. Listen. You ruined my dynamic. You know it. It wasn't even this other guy that YouTube's letting get away with this shit. It was you. You did it. On purpose. Knowingly. While declaring war on me in chat. Look at this screenshot of that to prove it. But, like, the point is, no, and then you're gonna start texting me again and start trying to, like, act all friendly, conveniently around when this guy is doxing my family, so that you can be on the side of right. That's what I think is also really super messed up, is, like, now, like, trying to be on the side of right. Look, I'm going to be civil with you too, and I'm not going to be a douchebag or anything like that. I don't have any hate or anything like that. That's not who I am. But you really fucked up my channel here, doing what you did. And you know it. You know that you regularly have viewers that used to be on my channel. Pretty often. So, people do this. They seek others out. They sit and they watch them. You know, when I'm at work, I'm doing a job or something like that, I'm not watching streamers. I'm not doing that. It's not what I'm doing at work. So why was that guy always watching streams and stuff while he was working with headphones in and stuff? Like, I just started rationalizing at a certain point. Yeah, okay. Like, you can't even, like... Yeah, alright. That's the point. And then, like... Anything that I would point out that was him actually doing it, he would find some sort of way to flip it on me. And, like, turn people, like, to think it was me or something like that. I think it's kind of, like, obvious to see, like, the trend of what's happened, you know? And so, like, the point is, like, I kept trying to tell him don't do that. I kept telling him over and over, stop coming in my chat, stop coming in my chat, stop coming in my chat, you're coming in too much. You go in my chat, announce that you're going live, and then suddenly you have a shitload of viewers, and some of those viewers are my viewers, and I can confirm that. And then as soon as you go live, I lose all my concurrence and my viewership, conveniently, when you go live. And then you were just in my chat telling people you were going live, yada yada yada, you did this multiple times. And then I can confirm that you came back later and told me that other viewers came in your chat and were doing this to you, and you had me block somebody. You told me to block somebody based on the fact that they were doing this to you, yet you did this to me countless times. This person is two-faced. Somebody that does that is two-faced. That's the point. You know, like, he literally is just sitting there lying about you. Trying to control things, trying to get you to do this or that. It's just him, all the time. He stole all the concurrence and viewership and subscribers that I was supposed to get. Because, again, as I would do something and create, like, some sort of dynamic, he would just learn how to do it and try to adapt it for his niche, and then, again, play some victim fucking bullshit. You know, I'm not having a good day, I'm not having a good time, there's nobody in my chat, I'm going live, nobody's been in here, yada yada yada. He comes in my chat and he says that fucking shit. The amount of times he actually did that. And then, like, he was at a job and he should have been working. Meanwhile, I had my severance. You know, I had every right to be sitting there doing whatever the fuck I wanted to be doing. And I was streaming. And it was COVID anyway. You know? And meanwhile, he's just at work watching the streams. Because he just can't take the fact that I'm getting all this support and it's going to look like I gained subscribers faster than he did. He just, like, he had to, like, fuck with that. He couldn't just let it happen. He couldn't be seen as the guy that you know, essentially didn't gain some subscribers and stuff like that. And you know, that's the point. He's the guy that hurts people to get ahead. And uses people. Sure as hell hasn't helped me at all. He just stole from me. That's literally all he ever did. Never helped me at all. Never. Any stream we ever did, you know, aside from that first one that we did, any stream we ever did after that where it was me and him, he always acted weird. He just like ignored me the whole time, you know, or did something very obviously that a troll would do, like releasing the password to the server that I just told him not to release, so that way we get random, you know, like, it's just things a troll would do, you know, things that common sense, you know, like, people just wouldn't do. Just saying. Like, I'm not stupid. You're not gonna convince me that you did do those things on purpose to play victim and shit. Like, it's ridiculous what people are doing these days. So anyway, you know, like, the point is, it's very obvious that, like, there's all these people working against this channel. And this is the point. You get people that don't even understand why. That were just convinced, you know, like, through out of context things at various times. They don't know the full story, they don't know what's going on. And this is the point. This is, you know, like, whoever's doing this, you know, like, that's the point. Like, how many times did they remove my report function? I told you guys that. Where, like, the other day when he was even impersonating police in chat, I suddenly stopped, I lost the ability to simply report. I was reporting just fine, then all of a sudden, in the middle of that, I lose the ability to report it. That doesn't just fucking happen, it was on purpose. Duh. Like, oh, yeah, all the other times I'm reporting, the report function works just fine. Conveniently, he's impersonating police, and I lose the report function. Oh, yeah, that's not sort of kind of obvious to tell what's going on there. You know, like, them just, like, hiding it to cover their asses. Yeah, because, again, if police actually see that, yeah, they're going to get pissed. They're not going to be happy at YouTube. And they're already not. Like, that's the point. I've called them multiple times. You know, like, the point is, you know, they can't believe YouTube's not, like, doing anything. And he's like, YouTube's really not removing them, doing anything about this. Yeah, the officer I talked to, that's the point. Like, I explained the situation, and he just put me on the phone with somebody, and the officer I talked to, that's the point. He was just like, and YouTube's not removing this, doing anything about it, huh? So the point is, I'm just supposed to document. Document. I mean, these are real attacks, real illegal things happening right on this platform. And you know, like, we see a downtrend the very moment we prove that it's happening. You know, why during a stream where we're talking and we're having a good conversation and stuff like that, would we have an average view duration of 23 seconds? Why is that? Because they're lying? Because somebody's view botting? So that way we don't get a higher average view duration? Yes. This is the point. People just sit in here and they come in, they leave. They come in, they leave. They cause these problems. Capped concurrence? Yeah, because people know how to do it. They know how to trick your piece of shit system to do that. Yes. Like how dumb do you have to be? I'm genuinely concerned at how dumb people are. Like, that I'm figuring all this out and people are like, duh. Genuinely, I'm concerned. It's kind of like when somebody sees a fucking drone and they go, Shoot it down! Holy shit! There's drones! Shoot them down! Ah! It's like people at the fucking at Costco buying eggs too. What the fuck are you doing? You know, you doing that is why egg prices are gonna go up, dumbass. You need all those eggs? You know eggs go bad, right? Like, this is how dumb people are. They don't know that buying all of the eggs causes an egg shortage and prices to go up. Fucking stupid. It's like when I used to work at a grocery store and there was a call for like a storm or something like that, like a heavy storm. We would, like, just so many people would flock to the store because, like, they think it's the last time they're ever gonna be able to, like, and they're all buying, like, water, milk, bread, like survival thing. Like, this is how people think. They're fucking nuts. You need to go to the store for milk, water, bread. Like, you're this concerned for your survival because there's a storm coming and it's not gonna be gone tomorrow. Or anything. You know, you're not going to wake up and it's just the next day. This is how nuts people are. And this is the point. I used to see this all the time. This is how people respond to the media. They get a fucking report that a big winter storm's... Holy shit! Holy shit! Let's go! We gotta get all the bread, we gotta get water, we gotta get... Oh my god, we're gonna die! And it's just a storm. It's like, are you kidding me? Oh, come on, man. Like, you don't need to get a bunch of fucking bread and milk and shit like that just because of fucking winter storm. Like, are you kidding me? Like, this is what you have to realize, that people see, like, wokeness and stuff like that. I see it too, and I've been seeing it since then. It's that. It doesn't look like somebody wearing cat ears and like, you know, piercings and lots of makeup. No. Like they just expressing themselves. It's not what it necessarily looks like. This is what people do. They objectify and itemize people and subdivide them into categories. Oh, that person's like that. That's how they think. No, I see it too. I have been seeing it. It's not that. That's the point. You do this. You do it. That's what we see. We see you doing that. That's the point. Is like, you know, you do it. That it's political. It's not the way you look. It's not the way you make up. No, it's political. You do this because you truthfully believe the Democrats or the Republicans are doing something, and you're gonna die. You know, like, you're gonna die. You need that bread. You need this, or the Democrats are gonna, you know. And you know, Democratic voters did it for a while too. But what you have to realize about that is we sat and watched Bush destroy Iraq for absolutely no reason whatsoever. You know, like we sat there and watched 9/11 happen, and then Bush went, well, let's go destroy Iraq. You know, like, we watched literally Bin Laden commit an act of terror, and then just, oh, Iraq. Yeah, let's go to, yeah, Iraq. The fuck? That was what we were pissed about. Yeah, like, the country's like, okay, yeah, Iraq. And then Obama actually fucking takes care of it, and all of you literally don't act like that's a big announcement and like a big deal. That mattered. That man actually did the job that was never done. 9/11, 2001, September 11th, 2001, wasn't handled until Obama, hero in office, did it. this is what we see. We see Republican presidents go, yeah, yeah, Bin Laden attacked us? Okay, let's destroy Iraq. Yeah, let's just destroy it. Kind of like Trump saying if he's assassinated, the U.S. is going to obliterate Iraq. What the fuck? What? Huh? What? It's the same thing. Huh? It's the same lie? And you're like, you don't see... bah! My mind is boggled and blown that people are this fucking stupid. That they don't see what the Republican Party is doing by now. And, like, this is the point, is, like, we see good Democrats that are just trying to, like do things and stuff like that and blocked by Republicans because of stupid shit like this. Oh, yeah, Bin Laden attacked our country, destroyed the World Trade Center, but let's randomly destroy Iraq and focus on that instead of... And then the whole time we were there, like, the soldiers were like, why the fuck are we here? Why the fuck are we here? Oh, weapons of mass destruction. Meanwhile, we found out it was basically a lie. It was a coup, they're just fucking making shit up to destroy Iraq for no reason whatsoever. Yep, it's made up. Every single time that our soldiers went... This is why I told you to watch The Green Zone with Matt Damon. Go watch it. True story. He was a soldier that started getting chased by feds in suits. Because, again, he was questioning intel. That's it. That's it. I would too! Like, alright, you're sending me to a goddamn battle zone where my life's on the line. I'm going in there and I'm breaching this building, and every motherfucking time we do it, there's no WMDs this is why we're claiming to be here. We're killing people. We're destroying this country, and you're doing so with claims of WMDs because we don't want them to have them. I got news for you. I got news for you. Trump undid the Iran nuclear deal. So just want to remind you of the stupid corruption going on. Okay? Pay attention. It's the Republicans, man. Okay, so again, every time they would breach and go in, they'd just be conveniently gone. And there was a team already there. That was what was weird. Every time they would go, there's just a team already there. Well, what the fuck are they there for? There's a team already there? What the fuck are they there for? What are they doing? Oh, right, that's the team lying. Right, okay. Gotcha. They're staging this thing where they're pretending like there's WMDs to lie to this. Oh, okay, got it. So basically, this is what he started picking up on, is like they were just entering and breaching empty warehouses and shit like that, killing people, soldiers over there, for no reason. Just literally no reason. And he started respectfully and politely questioning intel. And then started realizing he was being followed and chased by feds in suits after that. For questioning intel. About why we're destroying Iraq. What? You know, there's a movie about this, right? You can just go look it up. It's called The Green Zone. Matt Damon played the guy. So, again, I'm not, like, revealing anything that you shouldn't know. This is the point. Nobody informs themselves. So, like, this is why there's a huge group of people that became informed and are irritated with Trump and the rest of you that aren't. Because you claim these very easy things. But they're not true. That's it. And we just know that because we've been paying attention. And you're just like, that's not how it works. But you just endlessly claim it. Well, but we already know that's not how it works, so we just know that he's not going to be able to do those things. And you just endlessly claim he's going to do this and he's going to do... No, it's not how it works. He's not going to do those things. Period. End of discussion. Period. Like, that's the point. And, like, because, again, we pay attention. Because we recognize that there are certain Democrats, independents and stuff like that, that are speaking the truth. They're calling them out. And we're like, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so then you listen to those people. That's the point. That's all that's happening. We listen to people that are like, oh, yeah, they're saying the same things. They recognize it, too, and they're calling it out. Okay, that's a good person in government. There's few of them, but they exist. Otherwise, you wouldn't, like, it would have already been something else. Like, the oligarchy is taking place. It's taking over, but the democracy is still there, and you want it to remain. There's still some good Republicans, too. I'm getting sick. I'm sure you can hear it. Anyway, coffee. Covfefe. This is, like, I don't hate anybody and dislike anybody, except maybe Hitler. Like, it's legit to realize, like, I'm not like that at all. I just speak truth. Like, this person's doing this. This is the way it is. It's happening. So, I'd be honest with you, we get political pretty often. So why don't we trend with that? You know, like, where we're starting to kind of, like, get political, it's very obvious. People sort of expect it seems. Why don't we trend with that? So, I'm gonna tell you why. Because some liar at YouTube, again, is convincing people things out of context. I don't block people. It doesn't happen. I block trolls. I block people that are unreasonable. That's it. This is the point. My block list isn't even that long. Like, comparatively, I'm sure there's plenty of people that have a much longer block list. You know, obviously, if somebody's being totally unreasonable and stuff like that, what's the point? You're not going to reason with them. You're not going to have any conclusion. It's just going to escalate and get worse. So you block that person. That's it. It's not about differences of opinion. I like that. I like differences of opinion. I like people that can have an opinion but not put it on you. That's what I like. Now, like, with me, my point is, like, I'm perfectly fine with you liking Trump and stuff like that, but don't tell me that you like him as president, because, again, he had a chance to do that and he didn't do it. That's all. Like the point is, like, when the facts are there and there's plenty of evidence to support that, and just the sheer amount of things I could use, and you're using basically nothing to support your theory, basically zero facts. There is nothing. And I can sit here and discredit anything anybody uses that they try to say that Trump did this as a good thing and it helped the country. I can discredit literally anything. Because he didn't actually do anything to help the country. You know, like these people that think that inflation was zero and stuff like that. You know, like, these are lies. They're just made up. Inflation was never zero. Inflation it's not zero. It never was. It's just impossible. What did he physically go around to every single store in the country? Did Donald Trump single-handedly visit every store in the country at exactly the same day and force them all to make sure all their prices are, you know, the exact worth of the dollar, like the exact, like really bring it up, just the whole thing. The point is, there'd be no profit margin. Like, inflation exists because you profits. So you have to raise what you make and what people make based on that. If you're not doing that, nobody's going to be able to buy anything anymore because the margin becomes too large. It's literally that simple. And just the fact that regular people can't put this together shows me how average intelligence is. You know, Asmongold knows because he worked at the IRS. Asmongold knows because he worked at the IRS. That's it. He is smart with numbers and he understands things. So he has that information. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say that's it. He's a smart guy. Like, that's the point, is like, people are different, smart with different things. So he has that experience from the IRS and stuff. That's probably why he can put that together and deduce that. Most people don't spend a whole lot of time doing math. They don't want to. And they really can't even think. He's the one that pointed out that people don't even know what numbers are. That, like, if you explain the national debt to somebody, that number doesn't exist in their brain. They can't comprehend it. And I would agree with him. That people don't understand what trillions are and just how much money that actually is. Nobody has that. I want you to understand that. Not a single person on this planet has any type of trillions at all, not even close. Very few people have billions, and it doesn't amount to the actual amountable cash. There's not that much cash. It doesn't actually exist. It's based on a backing that we pay it back. Why the fuck aren't we balancing the budget then? Why isn't the big business guy balancing the budget and doing the things that I would expect the businessman to do instead of adding to it? Bill Clinton balanced the budget. Look that up. Stop just sitting here and saying Democrats are all bad, but when you don't look it up. Bill Clinton balanced the budget. That's a real fact. Real fact. It actually happened. And he's one of the only modern the only modern president to do it. He's not the only president to do it. Eisenhower? I don't remember. It was a long time, I think. Yeah, it was a long time. And that's the point. That's what the president should be doing. Why is why do you think the president needs to worry about all these other things? And Congress worries about those other things. Why is the president? What you have to realize is Obama did what he did, and he was bipartisan because that he needed to be. He had to work with people because our government is divided. It's so divided. It's the only way he was going to get things done. This is why Trump can't get anything done. He won't work with Democrats. And right now he's forcing them out of their positions. He's actually such a dumbass, and he's so unwilling to work with them. He's forcing them out of, just like a reporter that appears to be any type of Democratic voter. He just won't take questions and kicks them out. That's a king. That's a monarch. That's an authoritarian society where he wants to dictate. He wants to be Kim Jong-un. He wants to be Putin. He wants to basically control what you say. You don't want this. You really don't want this. I'm sure some of you have like a friend or something that doesn't like him, family member that doesn't like him. Maybe you don't like this person very much anymore because of your political opinions, but this is the point. You shouldn't. You shouldn't do that. You should be able to get along with somebody and have differences of opinion, and then also at the same time, this is how he's dividing it. So, you need to remember that anytime he's causing that divide, he's in the wrong. That's when you discredit him. He causes people to be divided. It's a bad leader. A leader will unite people. It's that simple. I've said it a million times. Obama did that. He's genuinely liked. Even now, the people that were like kind of like hating on him before and stuff like that, even some of the Trumpers, like, they can't help but like him now because they sat there and watched Obama laugh at some joke Trump told him or something, even at a funeral. That's the point. They knew they misjudged Obama right in that moment. They knew it. And it was all because they could see firsthand that he can take a joke. Isn't that a little bit weird? That they actually look at people this way, that they judge them? It seems so weird, but that's what they do. And that's a problem. Because, like, they're not doing it right. If they would do that correctly, they would have learned that Trump is not the guy. Like, the point is, do that right. Don't do it with just, like, this conveniently one thing that you're based about that's important to you. Oh, man. I need, like, food. I'm gonna blow my nose, too. It's just been constant, man. Probably gonna live on freaking antibiotics for the rest of my life with this sinusitis shit. Does anybody else just get that? And they get allergies? So annoying. It's like an actual infection. It's like tonsillitis, except it's here. That's why you see like a ripple. It's actually why. Because my sinuses are so fucking clogged. Like you see these like little. That's why. This is my sinuses are clogged. So annoying. I mean, I could relieve it temporarily, but it's just gonna look like that again. That's why you guys see me do this with my eyes. It actually relieves some of the pressure. Like if you, like, don't rub your eye, but just a nice, I'm just gently relieving some of the pressure. Well, actually, it's this. You want to do this. I think it's this. I think that's it. Did you hear that? Yeah, you can actually see it a little bit. It relieved it. And on this side, it doesn't look so good. You have to turn your head the other way, though. You have to turn it like this way. No, there's pressure points you can do. It's just realize that doing that sends the fluid somewhere. That's what you have to realize. Yeah, so like, it's gonna send the fluid somewhere. Hopefully it comes out your nose. Yeah, I gotta. This actually is better. Sinus is a little more clear, but that's why you guys see me like doing this too, massage and stuff. Clears up sinuses. Did you hear that? Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't, I woke up the other day, and I was just, like, dead. I was just like, oh, great. Sick again. Fun. I mean, I know I hold it well, but no, I'd like feel like shit. I try not to like put that on other people, you know, like just sitting here and talk about it and stuff. There's often times where I feel like shit or I'm in pain or something like that, and I just try to talk about something else. Because like my point is like talking about that stuff, that's not gonna solve anything. If I talk about a different problem or something, I feel like I'm at least working towards something or talking about something else, or you know, like at least working on a problem. You know, talk. Well, what is talking about the, you know, the health issue gonna somehow make it go away? No. I was drinking tea, hot tea yesterday though. That helped. Hot tea. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Yeah, so like, and people ask me like about like being thin and stuff like that, like why are you so thin and stuff. I don't mind talking about that. I've always been that way. There's a period of time in my life where I wasn't. It wasn't when I was teaching full time though. It wasn't. It wasn't then. I wasn't big then. No, I was pretty lean, but I was solid. Like, that's the point. I had to be able to move quick. Big guys don't move quick. Yeah, my speed was unmatchable. That's what I had. I mean, I still have it, trust me. Yeah, my speed was unmatchable. It was just, yeah, I mean, like, there's a little bit of a difference between when I'm obviously teaching literally every single day for, you know, like, between 3 to 4 hour blocks of time, segments I'm teaching, and then before that I'm doing like an hour or two of training on my own, and then sometimes even after I put in an hour or two or something like that where I'm training, we're making sure I'm getting 6 to 8 hours of daily training, you know, like, yeah, that massive difference obviously between you know, it doesn't mean the muscle memory is not there, and I can't, you know, but it's just obviously like going to be, you know, it's just like if I were to sit there and try to pick up the drumsticks again. Yeah, I mean, obviously going to have to practice that a little bit, get back into it a little bit if I want to be at a certain technique and speed that I once was. But it's not like it's going to, you know, it's like, oh, okay, I'll spend a month going through it and get back to work. You know, like it comes back. But like, you have to consider though, that's the thing is like, when I'm thin, you know, like people ask me like, why are you so thin? It's like, is this something that like people normally like, I guess everybody's just fat and eats food all the time. I don't know. I, you know, I'm sure it's not a mystery that my teeth are falling apart. Um, it's not easy to eat things. Dental in this country is awful. You know, you can't. It's extremely expensive. I can't. Implants. Insurance doesn't cover that. You want an implant? You got to pay for that. It's considered cosmetic to be able to chew food. Yep, it's true. This is what the criminals in the medical field are getting away with. They just want money. They're not helping you. No. They went into that field because it pays a shitload of money. The majority, I think. And that's kind of what I've been sort of figuring out. Is that people that want to help, they're first responders. You know? Or a specialist, somebody that took the extra schooling because they knew that it wasn't enough. That's the point. It's actually not. And so, you know, like, you just, I mean, it's not everybody, but it's a lot of the people that I've noticed where they just, you know, they don't seem to care. But anyway, I was the same height in high school that I am now. I'm pretty bitch, you know. It's not like I fluctuated or anything in height. And I was like 120 some pounds in high school. Yeah, like 6'2" and 120 some pounds. That's how thin I was in high school. So if you think I look thin now, no. And it wasn't. I didn't feel like I ate all the time, man. I ate all the time in high school. So now it's that like essentially, you know, like certain people get older and like, well you'd be, you know, like older people they get fatter and stuff. Yeah, I get that. But again, my teeth started deteriorating, breaking. Dental is a pain in the ass. And again, I don't have any teeth to chew with really anymore. It's extremely painful to eat things because it's just all broken teeth and shit back here. Which is why you see the stuff up front where I have problems. Because there's just decay spreading. I can't do anything about it. It's not that I don't brush my teeth. I brush them every fucking day. Trust me, if I didn't, I'd be in so much pain. My mouth would be all swollen all the time. And if I didn't brush my teeth, it'd be evident. Like, it would be way worse. It'd be, like, all yellow and shit. No, they're white. Yeah. Like, that's the point. Like people don't, you know. And so, that, like, that's why I'm thin, is, you know, like, essentially, I can't even eat. It's painful, man. I love those sun chips and stuff, but I'll be honest with you, once in a while, I'll bite down on one and just a sharp thing goes right in my gum and just pretend like it didn't happen. We'll just sit there and stream and choose to ignore that just now a huge shooting fucking sharp thing went into my gums and now I have to pretend like it didn't happen. Well, what you guys have to realize is I taught martial arts classes like this too, where I started having some of the beginnings of my teeth giving me problems and stuff, where I'm doing cartwheels, handstands, push-ups, where my blood is rushing to my face and I'm in extreme pain because of this, and I'm still teaching classes. So, you know, like the concept that this troll thinks he's gonna break me, no. Like you have no idea my life or what I've been through. That's the point. And so, like, I just, the point is, like, I just keep having to re-explain this, you know, obviously for anybody that's new, that we actually do gain from the in-betweens where it doesn't happen. Yeah, I've been thin. I mean, I was thin all through high school. Like I said, it was in the 120s. And I ate plenty of food then. It's just that, like I said, now, because of my teeth, I just can't eat. It's really difficult. And I love food. Trust me. You guys see me eating food and stuff like that, it's usually easy stuff. Taco Bell. Stuff that's easy to chew. Quesadillas. Not the crunchy tacos. Once in a while the crunchy tacos, but the quesadillas. And this is why. I mean, is it that far-fetched to believe that somebody eats soft food? Somebody has, they can't eat, they can't chew hard things, they have trouble. They're going to be going to the bathroom a little bit more during the streams, guys. They're getting up, they're going to be going to the bathroom a little bit more during the streams, they're going to get up and move around. It's true. Gastrointestinal will be an issue if your diet is like that. I'm not unaware of those things. It's just because I'm doing it. But like that's the point. Is what else can I do? That's why like you see me like like with fruit. I try to get stuff that's easy to eat these days, but I miss being able to eat just sit and eat apples. But if I eat an apple, I get like the skin or a piece of apple somewhere stuck somewhere in some crevice or broken tooth, and then my fucking mouth is on fire for like 3 freaking days just because I had some goddamn apple skin in my fucking gums or something. Like, people don't appreciate what that's like. Like, again, it really just takes one little thing. You're chewing on something, and then bam, it's now just embedded in your gums because there's a hole there. And it's probably down here somewhere, maybe. Like, essentially, like, it's working itself down. You're trying to, like, your body has to break it down somehow. And it just causes an infection. Like, this is the point. Like, you guys, like, so, like, there's only so much patience you're going to have over the years with certain stuff. Plus, this has been going on for plenty long time to be patient with it. The whole time, basically. But, it's why it's not vitamin deficiency. That's funny. I was thinking about that too. Like, yeah, if only. If it was that, it'd be easy. Just take that vitamin. It'd be easy as shit. You're like, alright, let's just fucking make sure I get that then. Handled. No. Remember, I got big at one point and intentionally did that to prove to myself that I could. Wasn't easy. Took some work. But I did it. And again, I was like 223, I think was my cat. 223, something like that. Was my cat. And I wasn't I was starting to get a little, I felt bloated. I didn't look it though. I got compliments a lot. And yeah, for sure, my face was fatter. You even saw that in the face and everything. But again, it was just one time in my life, really. Just one period of time. For a small period and a small window. And, you have to maintain it. I wanted to lose a little bit. Yeah, I wanted to, like, lose a little bit. And get back to, like... Because I just felt bloated. It just felt that way. It was just uncomfortable. I was wearing a belt. It was uncomfortable. It was my lower back, Like, it's the sort of thing where you just got too much. Like, oh, okay, it's a little too much. So I just wanted to lose a little bit. And then, because of certain stresses and stuff like that in my life, the body chemistry is different when you have stress and you have stuff going on. So, as I was gonna diet and fast, as I was doing that, certain things came up. And it contributed to the loss that I was already doing. Because the point is, I know how to do those things. I was going to just, like, lose, like, 20 pounds or so. Maybe 15. And just, like, trim it down a little bit. And because of the stress, I was skipping entire meals. And dieting, that's not what dieting is. You're not skipping entire meals. No. You're retraining your appetite. That's what dieting is. Retraining the appetite to something healthy so that your stomach's not, you know. And, no, it got away from me. It was just too much. I lost too much too quickly because I was skipping entire meals and my stomach was shrinking. That's what happened. Your stomach shrinks. And so, because you're not putting any food in it. So, like essentially, like, at a certain point, if it happens too much, now you have, you know, like, eating disorder sort of thing where, like, essentially it's painful, it's tough to eat, just because as you eat, your intestines are only so, your stomach's only so big, because, again, now you've done too much. Now you have to expand it, and it's really hard to do that. That's why, like, thin people that are always thin and stuff, this is why you can't put weight on and stuff, and it's, like, painful, you're trying so hard to eat stuff. Certain foods, you have to, like, calories, like, you have to, protein, calories, you gotta, and liquids, too, it helps, too, but again, like, you have to consider that it is shrunk, so you're gonna have to get, again, a lot of that from liquids, a lot of that, you know, you just be creative about it, where, you know, you make that happen. But that's what happened to me, and you know, like, that's the point, is, like, at a certain point, it was like, wow, my appetite went from this to just boom. And again, like, that was the stress, that was the stuff going on, and so it was already, because I was dieting, the appetite went down a little bit, but then again, the stress, it just didn't, yeah, you just look at your meal, and you're just like, there it is. Cool. You know, you just don't care. So you eat, like, a little bit of it, you know. So yeah, like, you skipping entire meals, that's when you'll get that. And then I just lost too much. I lost, like, 50 or 60 pounds instead of 15 or 20. That's it. That's all that happened. So I went from, in, like, not a month, maybe it was more like 2 or 3 months. I went from, like, 223 to, like, 160 something. 170. Something like that. I know initially when I weighed myself and I lost a bunch, it was like 175, and I was like, oh shit, like, that's, damn. And I was like, well, that's a little too much. And then it just kept. And I was like, okay. Yep, gotta train the appetite again, eat again. And again, it was the teeth don't help anything. They really don't. So yeah, like, I've always been thin again. I was always thin in high school. And again, when I was teaching martial arts, the whole time I was doing that, I was thin too. But again, like, I was fast. That's the point. Big guys aren't quick. You have to be, like, a certain size if you want to be quick. I was borderline heavy. Like, the guys that are really good and know what they're doing in a fight, they will borderline on the lightweight to heavyweight. So that, because the point is, they know that those guys that are heavyweight, they're just over that line where they're not going to be as quick as you, because they just can't move as fast. It's that simple. You've got all that weight moving to move around. So, like, if you border just on that and really focus on being lean and stuff like that, and focus on your speed, because you're lighter, you're quicker on your feet. It's that simple. It's just literally that simple. That was the strategy, tactic, and martial artist in me that did that. And so, like, I just was what I was. But yeah, like, for sure, there's people that have this this conception because they watch MMA and they watch a lot of guys that just do a lot of punching. They don't use their legs. They don't really know how martial arts works. They don't know how to lower, change levels, grapple, things like that. So they don't really understand the footwork part of it. It's just all punching to them. So they think big guys, like just the bigger you are, the better. That's what they think. And so like that's the point is that works to your advantage, for sure. That people think that. So yeah, that was the misconception, and of course people would underestimate it and just get clocked every time. They wouldn't even see it. That's the point. And they wouldn't expect it either because I don't look large. Yet I'm hitting probably harder than they maybe have even felt before. Just because that muscle memory is built in. My technique is so good. I just have that now. Like I don't have to try to hit hard. It just happens. And so like that's what you get out of speed and technique. Like essentially actually mastering something, truly capturing what the essence of that actually is. It's very simple. It's more like their entire body now just moved into your very easily placed setup punch, because that's the way you set it up. Yeah, like that's the point. Is like that's what Kung Fu does. It doesn't waste time. It doesn't. It's no bullshit. No, I sort of showed you that guy in the other stream. Like the nonsense of like some of the other martial arts versus understanding logic in a fight and stuff like that. So, yeah, like why, like the same concept of why everybody literally twists their whole hand to try to punch instead of just holding it like this and coming straight out, or even like this. Why are you taking time, wasting time and energy to start twisting your hand? You're doing it wrong. Any single person that does that and takes the time to do that, you are doing it wrong. You don't understand what that punch is for. It's not what it's for. It's not the punch in the head. Why would you twist your hand? It's not what it's for. Twisting your hand for an additional motion. You have to add a new motion. It's inertia, momentum, and physics. So how do I get something to move? How do I punch an immovable object? You punch somebody in the chest and it doesn't do anything. You start realizing that's what that punch is actually for. So these boxers and stuff, they get that it's powerful, but they don't get why. They don't get that it's really not for the head. And it's for shifting into a low stance where you're already going to sink your weight. Now suddenly it makes sense. You have all that time as your body's shifting into a low stance to twist your hand and drive it. And now suddenly the shift plus the twist plus everything, him falling for your technique, it's flawless. You just slam it right, boom! And he just falls right into it. You don't have to try. And it's angled just the way it needs to be to hit a torso. Again, not a face. Because again, you do that to me, I'm just going to endlessly block up or down. It's just the dumbest way to punch I've ever seen. And all these people do it. All these professionals, like these guys that act super tough, the staged fights. Oh, give me a break, Mike. That Mike Tyson fight was a fucking joke. And if you think that guy that fought him, I don't even want to mention him. If you think that guy that fought him is the best fighter in the world, you're stupid. Sorry. You don't want to hear it. This is the point. It shouldn't sound like an insult. Well, the point is like, oh well, I'm not stupid, so I guess he's not the greatest fighter in the world then. There you go. You have somebody already arriving at this conclusion, telling you this, and then using real facts to support it. Okay, so how do I not be stupid? Well, arrive at the same conclusion. He's not the greatest fighter in the world. It's a staged fucking fight with rules. What a joke that guy is. And then, like, he showboats the whole time. Get Donnie Yen in the ring with him. And be over in fucking seconds. Seconds. These guys won't fight people like that. And then the person that's really trained obviously won't agree to it either because they don't want to show off. Because the person that actually respects the art won't ever do that. That's the point. I drink. I like unbelievable cotton milk. Yeah, I'm just like getting sick. It is one of those. So anyway, yeah, like when he's like dancing around and like doing these like goofy things and stuff like that. It's the sort of thing like I've seen it a million times from guys that like I've sparred and stuff. I've seen guys like him. I've sparred guys that fight with his abilities. The same abilities. And he would be just annihilated. He would be annihilated. Annihilated. He's not even that fast. Yeah, he's slow as shit. That fucking dude that beat Mike Tyson's fast. That was staged. The guy's slow as fuck. Any real actual fighter knows this. They know looking at that guy how slow he is. Okay? I'm gonna tell you right now. That guy has some very jarring weaknesses that I could easily expose. Just simply staring at the way he stands. That's it. The way he stands. This is a very basic concept. And a lot of people do this too. And yet, the greatest fighter in the world, yeah, could literally be knocked on his face with one movement from somebody that's actually experienced. And you start realizing how fucking fixed and staged and bullshit this whole thing is. There's not real martial artists. They're guys that punch and kick. There's rules. You can't use claws. You can't kick the knee. You can't put this type of hold on. You can't. Are you kidding me? What a bunch of wusses. Yeah, so like the biggest fucking wusses in the world all get together and decide, let's put on a show for people and pretend to be fighters. Meanwhile, they just have all these rules and call it Ultimate Fighting Championship, and it's not ultimate. There's nothing ultimate about it. Just a bunch of people punching and kicking each other, and then when they get on the ground, they hug each other and don't know how to grapple. This is true. MMA is way worse, even. At least UFC, you'll get some guys in there that are pretty decent. MMA? Nah. Nah. So, like, what I'm trying to say is, like, you see the example of corporatization, of essentially making a sport out of nothing. These people aren't real fighters. They're people that want to be famous. They want to make a name for themselves. They want to be seen punching other people. Doesn't make any sense to me. You know, I obviously have my opinions of UFC, and you know, this is the point. You know, the same can be said about a lot of things, where people just don't know what they're looking at. They don't know enough about it, and they're fooled. You know, it's like when karate is in the Olympics. It's like when karate is in the Olympics, and it's just people chopping boards and shit like that. Now, I like some of those people. Their forms are cool, I guess, but just there's only so much I can take with seeing somebody do martial arts that's supposedly top level martial arts in the Olympics, and it's wrong. You know, it's wrong. You know, they're doing it literally wrong. They're doing it really fast. Nobody can even sort of deduce what the movements. You know, like that's the point. It's super fast, really fast. You got to slow that down to even see it. You know, because it's on a video. Video can only pick up so much. It's frames per second. Yeah, the same thing would happen to me when I used to do some of those videos. That's why sometimes you would have trouble seeing my hands. Yeah, that's actually why. Because, again, I was just moving faster than the frames can be picked up. And so, yeah, some of these people can do that too. But, again, there's only so much of, like, proper, you know, improper stances and stuff like that I can see where I'm just like, nah. Like, you're just doing something really fast. Doesn't mean it's right. Like the people that have a staff. And, like, you know, they can spin it really fast. Like, the people that can spin a staff, like, really fast. Like, super fast. Okay, great. Love it. That's cool. Yeah. I love staff. I love spinning staff and spinning it fast myself. Fun stuff. Do you know how to use it? Or you just know how to spin it really fast? Because you know how to spin it really fast, and you don't know how to use it, you're going to wind up on the floor. Against me, anyway. Like, that's the point. Like, you know, like, somebody knows what they're doing. All that's going to accomplish is you know how to spin it really fast. Okay. You're on the floor then. Because, again, yeah, alright, so ultimate defense. You can spin it really fast and keep me at bay. Alright. You're going on the floor then. I promise you, you will be on the floor in a few seconds. And maybe less than that, maybe less than a second. And that's the point, is I want to make sure you're on the floor. Because I'm not getting hit by that staff spinning around like fucking crazy. So you're on the floor and the staff's coming out of your hand. here's what somebody doesn't understand. Now, if you understand it, and you get it. If you don't, you don't. You're never going to, and there's going to be certain things that you block out of your brain forever. If somebody knows how to use a staff, you can't just grab it and pull it out of their hands, like some people think. You can't just do that. Unfortunately, if you did, I would have to harm you. I would have to take care of the situation to demonstrate why you can't. Because again, I can't nicely smash the staff into your face. You know what I mean? Like, I can't nicely yank it back and show you that your own friction would work against you, and show you that the technique I would have to do at that point would have to be an incapacitated sort of technique that, again, would be something difficult to demonstrate. So, this is where, like, some of the top level martial arts instruction, like instructors that tried to teach this and had students with this, where they would sort of kind of misunderstand and start doubting and stuff, just because, again, they have their own doubts instead of trusting and stuff. Now, again, the people that do trust it and know how it works, they're just going to learn it and be like, wow, that's really cool. I'm glad that you showed me that. Because, again, that's how I learned it, just being accepting that. But, again, anybody that's going to sit there and just any more about martial arts, and that's where you'll stop. That's why your training stopped. That's why you can't get better. And, again, it's just a mental block where you're in denial. You can't accept this. So, again, you're holding that staff, and then literally somebody grabs it. There are movements for that, where you essentially shift, and what you're doing is you're creating that push-pull where instantaneously, trust me, the staff's coming out of your hands, I'm yanking you, and it's going straight through your fucking eyeball. Now, I mean, it's a piece of wood, so it's not going through it, but it's hitting it. The point is, if that even doesn't happen, and for some reason your grip is super strong, and you are ultimate grip, and there's no way it's happening, and you got a hold of that staff, and I still do that, the point is, I still have that push-pull, and I promise you, that's the setup. The setup is for it not to work, because I've planned for that. I know it's not something that not necessarily always works, because, let's be honest, people don't have chalk on their hands, okay? Your hands are sweaty, it's going to stick to them. So it's a setup. I want you to think that. So yeah, go ahead. That'll get you down faster. There's a way to disarm things, but never, ever, 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 as a martial artist, never make the mistake of trying to grab somebody's weapon. Period. They have control of that. They now control you. Don't grab it. It's a basic fucking concept. Control the arm. The amount of fucking times I have told my students this, and then you get the doubtful ones and stuff like that, and it's no, all the way along you were taught this, and this. You always control the arm. You always do this, and then at a certain point you just forget this knowledge, and you're yeah, but I could just grab that. You're being a certain way. You're choosing to forget pieces of information about your training just to fit a narrative. Yeah, so essentially you started doubting for some reason and weren't honest with me about that. So I couldn't fix that. I couldn't help you with that. Always control the arm. You don't grab the staff. And again, to the people, even if I had somebody in front of me where I was demonstrating it, the point is, there's only so much of that I can do Where, like, the point is, it's up to you to decide if that's affecting it, or, you know, like, the movement's gonna work. And, again, if you're in disbelief, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna literally, hit you in the face to prove a point. There's only so much I can do. You know, like, when you start talking about top-level training, yeah, like, you do the technique to people, let them feel a little bit, but, you know, obviously, unless you're sparring. And there's only so much you can protect against the staff when you're talking about a stab. You know, stab, that'll go right through somebody's headgear. You know, or something like that. You know, just because they shifted their arm or certain ways. You never, like, that's the point. You can only go so far with certain stuff, and yeah, like, there was this, there was a point I was making one time, and, you know, like, I was doing a hit with the staff, and I was showing essentially that, like, stepping through it and using all that momentum and weight to shift your stance forward and sink down into it would obviously be a stronger hit than just standing there and going like this. And, like, I was just trying to, like, essentially demonstrate what you could do, you know, like, with using footwork and stuff like that to shift, you know, what Bruce Lee always taught, you know, basically, and stuff like that. And, you know, like, you know, the demonstration was flawless, you know, like, in my opinion, because, like, the point was I just stood there and did this, and then nothing. And again, they were holding, like, you know, like a kick bag or something. And then, same amount of power, I stepped through and did this. I didn't even try this. It just, again, I know how to use the same, like, I can adjust, you know, like, I have that control. So I used the same strength to do it a second time where I stepped through, and I broke the staff in half. Hitting it against a kick bag. A soft kick bag. I didn't try that. I didn't use 100% power. I literally just... And the point is, a doubtful student will always be a doubtful student. So, in that moment, if you're the student that says you did that on purpose, you tried that on purpose, you're doubting. You're choosing not to see the training. Trust me, I'm not going to break my favorite staff on purpose. To prove a point to somebody that's missing a point? No, fuck no. It's my staff, man. Breaking my fucking staff? Fucking kidding me? I liked that staff. Broke in half. Because it was nice enough to demonstrate something, you know? And so, like, this is what you see is you know, just some people here and there that, you know, like, they don't want to accept the information just because they learned from somebody that's dumb, wrong. Like, if I need to explain to you a million times after sparring you and showing you why it doesn't work, and literally you end up on the floor a million times and shit like that, why you should never ever go into a stance, why you should never go into a stance where your ass is like 2 inches from the fucking floor, I can't help you. I literally can't help you. If you don't understand that, I can't help you. I'm sorry, but that's the stuff where it's kind of obvious. I mean, come on, your ass is 2 inches from the floor and you expect that stance to do anything? No, I see you go 2 inches from the floor, immediately I'm on top. Literally just grappling. That's what a fight is. That's self-defense. So that, like, nobody does that, I guess, right? Yeah, that's the point. That's somebody that learned from an instructor that didn't know any grappling, so they're just constantly teaching these people it was okay to go in stances that low, because they don't understand grappling. You would be crumbled if you go that. Are you fucking kidding me? You can't get out of that stance and you can shift in time. Your ass is 2 inches from the floor. Your center of gravity is right there. It's easy as shit. Literally just hook your leg. I literally can just hook your leg and you just go right down. I used to step on the toes. That's what I would do. Like, this is the point, is like, I would step on the toes and she'd just fall over. He, she. There's many people that used to do this. Yeah, like, that's the point. Like, be sparring. I'd see somebody go down this stupid low stance like that. I'm just gonna step on your toes. Immediately you lose your balance and you see why you shouldn't fucking go in a stance like that. I don't teach stances like that. That's why you fucking using that stance. Because again, if I step on your toes, you just lose your balance. You know, the stance is useless then. You don't have balance if you fucking lose your balance when I step on your toes. Yeah, your stance should be solid. Alright, well, we ended up talking about martial arts and all kinds of stuff. Thanks for watching.